This is the Stories from the Subconscious podcast, a podcast that dares to challenge belief systems through the simple practice of storytelling. Because the truth is, we only know what we know. And when we hear trustworthy and inspiring stories, it allows the inner mind to naturally begin to ask the question, could that be possible for me too? I'm your host, Mae Deevy. Join me as we adopt expansive belief systems and celebrate the stories of those who dare to seek beyond what they once knew possible. Together, let's explore stories from the subconscious. Thank you so much for being here. This is another fabulous episode of the Stories from the Subconscious podcast, and I'm your host, Mae Deevy. This is a solo mini golden nugget of an episode that's designed to offer you one little piece of focus to allow the mind to shift and change by making small micro changes to the language that we use to allow different perspectives and expansive belief systems to float their way in, and allowing that to be easy. I'm very excited for today's subconscious nugget because it is one of my absolute favorites. In fact, I feel like it's my secret weapon. I don't really like weapon. It's my secret. And I think that this is a super powerhouse because it starts to plant the seed in your mind about why some things might feel hard and others don't. Now, before we get into this juicy little nugget, I want to extend an invitation out to you. Coming up, I have my biggest hypnosis challenge of the year. Now, you might be asking, what on earth is a hypnosis challenge? And what it is a 5-day challenge where we practice hypnosis, or I guide you through a hypnosis practice for 5 days. And it's nothing long, like 10 or 15 minutes each and every day, with the intention being that at the end of this challenge, you arrive with a piece of clarity that's quite specific. And that piece of specific clarity arrives to you in the form of one little word. And that's your one little word for the new year, for 2023. And that then gives you whatever you want to call it, focus, a mantra, an affirmation. It gives you an intention to walk through the year. And I'm going to tell you this right now, there is nothing more impactful than walking through a year with intention, because it's a thread that weaves its way through each and every month and each and every week, all throughout the year. So at times when you're perhaps at your highest and at your lowest, you can come back to this one little word and see where you're at. Where am I? Am I still focused on expansion? Am I still focused on love? Or have I lost track of that? Or perhaps that's not in alignment anymore because I've expanded so much that my one little word is something different completely for the rest of the year. Whatever it is, it's all information. But I can tell you this right now, starting off a year and proceeding through the year with intention will be the most impactful thing that you can do. So join me out on Patreon where we're hosting this hypnosis challenge. It's for 5 days and it's so much fun. It's my absolute favorite thing. In fact, I say this with so much pride because I know that this challenge in particular was basically like channeled through me. So I have no qualms in promoting this and reading the beautiful reviews that are out on my Google business page. Annie wrote, I did Mae's #one little word challenge for a week and had fabulous, positive, uprising good thoughts all week and a big change in my life. She has such a soothing, wonderful, uplifting voice I could listen to every day. Thank you, Mae. Woo! That's very nice. And let's see, what else? Louise wrote, Mae is an excellent guide. Her skills and passion have been nothing short of magical. Highly recommend taking part in investing into working with your subconscious narrative. This has been an incredibly transformative experience, and many folks have been able to enjoy the gift that Mae shares, myself being one of them. Thank you. Ooh, I love it. And there was one more that I really liked. I'm scrolling to find it here. Kelsey wrote, I did Mae's #1LittleWord challenge, a week-long reflection with daily guided meditation/hypnosis. It was perfect. Like a cozy sweater you forgot you had. And just the sweetest and most intentional way to end the year. I did the recordings from the recorded version rather than the live versions and felt so supported and guided. Yet the visualizations and relaxations were empowering. Mae is there to tune you into you, and that is a beautiful gift that she is sharing. So sometimes we just need to hear things from other people in order to feel the call. So allow those to sink in and know that you are invited to the #1LittleWord hypnosis challenge to invite you into a brand new year with so much intentionality. All right, transition. Now, here's a transition for you. If listening to that, you thought to yourself, that sounds hard. How do you think that challenge would be for you? It's going to be hard. Because you have put out the expectation. Now, it's not really just an expectation. I want to go into this just a little bit because one of my favorite things, my favorite aspects of your powerful mind is the Reticular Activating System, also known as RAS, R-A-S. And the Reticular Activating System has one job, and that one job is to prove you right. And that's no matter what. No matter what the belief system that is being fed into that Reticular Activating System, it is seeking to prove you right. So when you say, it's so hard to do a daily challenge for 5 days, your mind is going to seek out the ways in which that is a valid belief to prove you right. Because it feels good to be right. And that's the ultimate goal. The Reticular Activating System wants you to feel good and to feel right. So whatever belief system we are feeding into that Reticular Activating System, into the mind, it is going to find ways to prove you right. So the golden nugget is the phrase, it's so hard. Oh my God, that's hard. Wow. Yeah, it's not easy. That is so very, very hard. I'm not denying that things are hard. I'm just choosing to not sit in that for forever. So allowing yourself to begin to become aware of where hard is declared. And allowing yourself to stop yourself in the tracks and say, let me rephrase that, and begin the sentence again without declaring something to be hard, and just a statement that is true. Or up until now, it has been hard. It was hard. And allowing the future to be different. That is, of course, if you're open and willing to do so. That is my little subconscious reprogramming nugget for you today. Let me know how that landed and if it's feeling easy already. This has been another fabulous episode of the Stories from the Subconscious podcast. For more podcast goodies, hypnosis offerings, even a consciousness-expanding book club, and so much more, visit patreon.com/beliefsystem. And finally, I know you know, the thing about stories is that the more that they are shared, the more powerful they become. So please share this episode or leave a review of what resonated with you most, because you never know who you may help in the process. Until next time, storytellers, stay curious.